In this short video, I'm going to share with you ideas on how to find deals on Rightmove and indeed some of the other portals as well. Hi, my name is Mark Lloyd. I'm co-founder of Property Master Academy and been a property investor since 2005. So let's take a look at Rightmove. Okay, so let's take a look at Rightmove. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to look in my area. Now I live in quite an expensive area, which is Guilford in Surrey. And if I can make it work here, then I can guarantee you can make it work anywhere in the country. Because a lot of people think you can't get great deals in expensive areas. Well, let's take a look at Guilford. So I'm just going to keep it to this area. Let's take a look at how many properties we've got. Okay, so quite a lot, 477 properties. That's clearly going to be too many for me to go through. So what I want to do now is start narrowing things down a bit. I want to go for a minimum of 2 beds. I want to also change the maximum price to see if I can get anything below £500,000. As you can see, the number of results are now dropping quite rapidly. We've still got 228, so there's still quite a few to look through. So now I want to look at the property types, and I'm only really interested in semi-detached and terraced houses. Why? Because those are the bulk of the market. They're much easier to sell if I'm looking to do a flip, and they're also easy to rent as well. Then lastly, I want to look at the filters. I don't want retirement homes, I don't want new homes, and I don't want buying schemes either. So you can see now that we're down to 61 results. Okay, so what I want to do now is look for those properties that have been on the market the longest. And you could have this drop-down menu where you can sort between highest price, lowest price, newest listed, and oldest listed. Why am I looking for oldest? Well, oldest, generally speaking, if the property's been on the market quite some time, the vendor's a little bit more motivated than if they put it on there yesterday. So let's take a look and see what we can find that's on the market. So ignore the first one because that's a featured property. That will always be something else. So after the first property, we've got no more featured properties. We can see one here that was put on the market in September 2020 and had a price reduction in October 2020. This is a 2-bed terraced house. So let's take a quick look. Okay, quite old. Okay, so it doesn't look, this just looks cosmetic in that instance. So the question would be to the agent, or if you're going to contact the vendor, and I'll come on to that in a second, is why is it taking so long to sell? Let's scroll down a bit further. And we can see here this one was put on the market originally in February 2020, and now price was reduced to $399,950 in December 2020. So it's been around for quite some time. Now, there's 2 tools you can see I've got on my screen here, and these are both add-ons onto the Chrome extension. This highlighted blue area, which is not working quite as well as it should do today, is called Property Log, and it logs when the property was first entered on the market and any price changes since then. But also Property Tracker is my backup, and you can see there February 2020 it was put on the market at 425. It was reduced in March 2020 to 410, and then December to 399,950. So that looks partly a motivated sell. They've only reduced it by 25,000, so it's not a lot. So let's take a look at this one. You can see here already it says investors only. So if we take a closer look, find out why it is investors only, I suspect it's probably, here we go, a tenanted property. So it's got a tenant in there. So this is a potential lease option in my view. It's not selling. I want to find out what the landlord's motivation is, but clearly tenanted properties do not sell as quickly as untenanted properties. Now this, I think, has been marketed incorrectly by the agents. Most agents don't understand how to deal with tenanted properties. So that's one potential where I'll be going back to the landlord in this instance. Now why? Because the property's been on the market that long, it'll be out of contract with the agent, although they're still marketing it, they'll be out of contract. So I will download the land registry, see if I can obtain the vendor's details for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to download the land registry details and see if I can get the vendor's details from that. Not 100% foolproof, because sometimes when someone's owned a property, they've moved out and decided then to rent the property, they've not changed their address from the property. So that would be my first port of call. And then after that, if their name was still showing on the land registry with the same address, I'd then go on to 192.com and see if I can do a search that way. That will cost about £20 to help me find the vendor. If we scroll down a bit further, we can see one here. So this was put on in December 2020. It's been dropped £10,000 into January, but it's not dropped any further. And this is a lovely one because it's through Purple Bricks, which is fantastic, because that means you generally are going to get to meet the vendor direct. Let's have a look what it says. Okay, looks okay. Basic description. Ideal purchase or a first time or investment buyer. So why is it not selling? Okay, it's been on the market a little while now. We're looking at what, 5.5 months not selling. The property looks in reasonable condition. Okay, so again, this could be a potential lease option or a below market value deal. Okay, so that gives you an idea of just looking for the oldest listed. What I want to do now is, you can see this box up here, which a lot of people don't realise are here, where you can prioritise properties and you can add a keyword. So if we type in a keyword, for example, modernisation, and hit enter. So the number of results doesn't change, but what does change is you can see here those properties are then highlighted that match the keyword. So the very first one, as you can see, viewings to start on the 6th of May, there's 3 double bedroom, semi-detached house in need of modernising. So if I'm looking for a potential flip project, then I'll be looking for that modernisation keyword. And we can see a few things. If that one's quite new on the market, so generally not too much interest to myself. I tend to look for ones that have been on the market a little bit longer. This one is again fairly recent. So a lot of recent ones, but these are all with the modernisation tag attached to them, as you can see. Modernise on this one here. This one requires a degree of updating and modernisation throughout, but that one's been on the market a little bit longer. So 1st of August 2020, 9th of April, it was reduced down to 350,000. So that one is of interest. It's been on the market a while. Let's take a quick look, see what might be putting potential buyers off. It's clearly an older style property. Okay, yeah, it looks all right. So on the face of it, it may just need some cosmetic, possibly kitchen updating, but just cosmetic. So it's one I would certainly be looking at contacting the agent or the vendor if I can, just to see what the problem is with that property. So there's 2 examples there of the oldest listing and just typing in a keyword. Now you can change that keyword, you can add any number of keywords that you want on there, and Rightmove will help pick up those words from the description of the properties. I hope you found that little exercise useful. If you did, please hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell so you get notified as and when other videos are produced, and of course hit the like button too. Please also take a look at some of the other videos that appear on your screen right now, as they'll help you in your property investing journey. Thanks for listening.